If your self-control seems to fade once the evening hits, you're not the only one. Nighttime binging or constant snacking is one of the most common struggles I see, especially among busy professionals and parents. In most cases, it has very little to do with discipline or motivation. Night eating is usually the predictable outcome of how your day was structured, how your body was fueled, how stressed you felt, and how well your internal rhythms are supported. When you understand what is driving the behavior, you can stop fighting it and start addressing the real causes. Let's break it down. For many people, food becomes a way to unwind after a demanding day. Stress, anxiety, mental overload, boredom, or emotional fatigue can all increase the urge to eat, even when physical hunger is not the main driver. If your day is filled with endless responsibilities, difficult decisions, and constant pressure, the evening may be the first time you finally have a chance to slow down. Food can then become a tool for comfort or distraction. Over time, your brain learns to associate nighttime with relief through eating, reinforcing the pattern. So let's take a look at the most common causes that leads to binging or late night snacking. One of the most common causes of nighttime overeating is undereating earlier in the day. Skipping meals, eating very small portions, or trying to restrict intake to save calories often leads to intense hunger later. When your body does not receive enough energy throughout the day, hunger hormones steadily build. By the evening, this hunger can feel urgent and difficult to ignore. That's why it's a bad idea to do your grocery shopping when you're hungry, because you end up with a lot of comfort food in your basket when you weren't planning on buying it in the first place. At this point, eating is no longer a choice, but it's a physiological response. This leads us to the next reason, which is skipping meals or relying heavily on high glycemic foods that cause blood sugar to rise and fall sharply. When blood sugar drops too low, the body releases stress hormones such as epinephrine and norepinephrine. These hormones increase appetite and drive cravings, particularly for fast-digesting, calorie-dense foods. This often shows up as powerful urges to snack late at night, even if dinner was not long ago. Another culprit that relates to hormones is irregular sleeping patterns. Your body follows a natural sleep-wake cycle regulated by hormones such as melatonin. As evening approaches, melatonin levels rise in preparation for sleep. Eating large meals when melatonin is elevated has been associated with poorer blood sugar control and metabolic stress. While eating at night is not inherently harmful, the body tends to process foods less efficiently during this time. When most calories are pushed late into the day, appetite regulation and cravings can worsen. Now, it will be unfair to just simply blame hormones or binge eating and late night snacking. In some cases, nighttime eating is not driven by hunger or stress, but by routine, and this is something each and every one of us has some control over. Watching television, scrolling on your phone, or relaxing on the couch often becomes paired with eating. Over time, the activity itself triggers the urge to snack, even when your body does not need food. This condition can be surprisingly strong. It can also lead to inadequate sleep, where you toss and turn or simply struggle to get to sleep when the lights go out. Inadequate sleep disrupts appetite-regulating hormones. Ghrelin, which increases hunger, rises, while leptin, which signals fullness, decreases. This hormonal shift increases cravings, reduces satiety, and makes high-calorie foods more appealing, especially in the evening when fatigue is highest. Now that we discussed the reasons why people binge or snack late at night, let's take a look at the solutions to make it stop. Here's a hint. The goal is not to rely on willpower. The goal is to create a daily structure that naturally reduces the urge to overeat at night. Start by identifying what typically precedes nighttime eating. Stress, frustration, loneliness, and exhaustion are common triggers. Develop non-food ways to decompress, such as journaling, deep breathing, stretching, reading, or engaging in a calming hobby. Avoid emotionally charged conversations close to bedtime, as heightened stress late at night increases the likelihood of using food as a coping mechanism. Also try to eat at regular intervals during the day. Consistent meals throughout the day help prevent extreme hunger later on. Aim to include protein and fiber at each meal, as both improve satiety and stabilize blood sugar. Whole, minimally processed foods tend to keep you full for longer relative to their calorie content. Skipping meals, especially breakfast, often increases cravings later in the day. Balanced meals that include protein, carbohydrates, and fats help prevent blood sugar crashes. Many people benefit from a lower glycemic or lower carbohydrate breakfast, which can improve blood glucose control throughout the day and reduce evening cravings. The objective is steady energy, not aggressive restriction. Another area that can be addressed is your routine before bed. Establish a consistent wind-down routine to signal that it is time to rest. Reduce screen exposure, dim lights, and keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Avoid heavy, spicy, or acidic meals close to bedtime, as these can disrupt digestion and sleep quality, which then feeds back into appetite regulation the next day. Also try to be more intentional with your eating routine closer to bed. Eating more of your calories earlier in the day often improves appetite control and metabolic health. Try to finish your last main meal at least 2 hours before bed. If you are genuinely hungry later, choose a light, intentional snack instead of eating mindlessly. Pause to assess whether the urge is driven by physical hunger or emotional fatigue and respond accordingly. If binging feels frequent, intense, or out of control, professional help is important. Binge eating disorder is a recognized condition, and working with a qualified professional can provide meaningful relief. Even outside of clinical situations, guidance from a coach or nutritionist can help you identify patterns, close nutritional gaps, and build a plan that fits your lifestyle. Nighttime binging is a signal, not a personal failure. It reflects how your stress, sleep, nutrition habits, and routines interact. When those foundations are addressed, the behavior often improves without constant effort or restriction. Consistency matters more than perfection, and small changes compound over time. If you are tired of guessing and want a clear, sustainable approach, Better Balance Coaching can help. With our 14-day free trial, you get structured support to help you eat in a way that fits your life without extremes or unnecessary rules. When you sign up, you also receive the Nutrition Shortcut Bundle, completely free. This includes 12 science-backed booklets that teach you exactly how to implement a nutrition plan based on your goals, understand what actually drives results, and apply it long term. You can download them and keep them even after the trial ends. If nighttime binging is holding you back, this is your chance to address the cause instead of managing the symptom. Start your 14-day free trial today. Take control of your evenings with clarity and confidence. If you like this video, then YouTube thinks you'll like this one next. Check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.